Welcome back at Geoki Animation. Today we are going to do simple models. Yesterday we left at I gave you a homework. I hope you have done something, and I have forwarded it on my WhatsApp number. I left my WhatsApp number on the details. Maybe if you saw it and you sent me, I will look at it later. But today I want now to be more serious on the models. Yesterday I was very fast on them because we were just going through them. I never wanted to go into serious details. But today I will go into serious details. We are going to model a cup. So let me get into recording as fast as possible. Our default cube, this is how our Blender opens up. And as usual, if you have not installed, if you have not downloaded Blender in your laptop, make sure, or in your computer, make sure that you have done that. Install, and we'll be able to move together. So first of all, I will click A. I'll click A, then delete everything. I want to bring now a cylinder so that I can be able now to model a cup. So I'll click Shift A, bring my cylinder. Yeah, that's a cylinder. I will go to orthographic view so that I can be able to raise this up to the grid layer, to the grid level, up there. Remember, when you want to switch from orthographic right, you just click this and you'll see your model switching orthographic view. When you want to go back to perspective view, you just come here and click and drag along, be able now to get into perspective view. There's perspective and orthographic view. So yesterday we talked so much about different things. So I will apply what we learned yesterday. We'll go into edit mode by clicking tab. Come here and click this face. I want my cup to be wide at the top and somehow come on narrow at the bottom. So I will make sure that I have selected the face selection and select this face and scale down just a bit of it like that. I've scaled down a very small amount, and you know how a cup looks like. It's hollow. It's hollow on the top, and also obvious has to hold something. So I'll come here and click I to insert the face inside. Make sure that the thickness that you're giving us here is a reasonable thickness, not so big and not so small, so thin. So make sure that it is thick enough. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the orthographic view by clicking any, either X or Y. I'll go to the orthographic view, and I'm going to go to my wireframe. You remember yesterday I told you about wireframe, whereby you can be able to see the X-ray of your object. I'm going to click A. Remember, my face on top is the one which is selected here. Let me show you. This face is selected, so don't select another face. In my orthographic view, I'm going to click E to extrude, and I'm going to go downwards. I know now you get the reason where I've gone to wireframe, so that I can be able to see where my bottom of the object is. So the moment I have extruded downwards, then I've scaled in, because remember we had scaled in this face. Let me get out of wireframe. We had scaled in this face, so even the inside one, the inner one, we have to scale in a bit so that it can be able to fit in our object. So we have our sketch of a cup. Yesterday I did these things very fast, but today I will be very slow so that you can be able to understand. So what I'm going to do now, the moment now I have this, we are going to change this one. I'll also be able to change this one, and I will tell you why. I will tell you how we are going to change. Let me keep a copy of this. I'm going to duplicate this, Shift DX, put it here on the side. I was to change these faces, but let me show you the reason why I'm saying that. I want to first of all model without changing them, and I will show you the changes that I'm talking about. So a cup, I'm going to add a loop here. This is not a complicated cup, and a loop here. You see, like that. And I'm going to come this side and make sure I'm on my face selection. Select this face and select this face. Remember, when you're selecting two faces, you have to hold shift and select the other face. Once you're done, we release. Then I'm going to extrude, to click E to extrude along that axis which has given me, and I will extrude to a reasonable distance from the cup. Yeah, that's enough. That's good. And I'm going to come here and change from global. I'm going to change from global to normal, so that I can have an arrow. You see, this face is somehow slanted this way, so that's why I've gone from normal to global. I'll come to explain to you the meaning of those two. Make sure you're following me. So the moment I've done that, I will scale in those faces along the y-axis. Now, have you seen, now our y-axis has changed? Now we are scaling along the green one. Now we are on a normal world. Let me talk about normal world. So I'm going to change to scale y just a bit, like that, because I want our cup to have, somehow it's broad at the starting and narrow at the end, so that you can be able to hold it. Okay, that is done. I'm going to select this face and select this face by holding shift and select that face. So I have two faces selected. I'm going to click I to insert in, like that. Also, when you see the other side, we have done the same. So with those faces selected, and we have clicked I and inserted inside a bit, I'm going to click Ctrl E to bring out some settings. I know these settings, you never saw them, but I want the moment you'll be modeling, you'll be able now to get some other things into details. So the moment once I've clicked Control E or Command E, if your laptop doesn't have control, you come to this settings which is written Bridge Edge Loop, and click that. Those faces will merge with the other, and it will create a hole at the center. See how easy it is? And we have created our mug. I will not do anything else on that. I'll click tab to go back to my object mode and come to this one. So I want you to see the difference between this one and this one. Okay, I told you I will change the circles of this. Now this is my second cup that I had duplicated. So I'm going to go to edit mode, click this one. I can delete, but I don't want to delete. I want to insert a little bit, extrude upward, just a little bit, then insert again. So I want to delete this face and come here to vertex. I want to select this loop over here. If you want to select a loop, you click Alt, you hold Alt or Option, and then click the loop that you want to select, and it will select as a loop. Then I want to fill it as a grid, so I will click Control or Command F and come here to grid fill, and I will grid fill like that. The reason I'm doing this is because we will do something we call solid modify. And the moment you do subdivision modifying, the moment you do subdivision modifying, there are some funny things that they will be visible over here, and I want to omit them here. You will see them. I want to do the same thing that I've done there inside, but inside it will be very simple. Go to face selection, select this, Control Z, click this face insert a bit and delete the face. Then come here, select that vertices, come and select this one by holding Alt and sorry, I want this loop, then Control F, then grid fill. Then I want to do whatever I've done here very fast. Control R, add a loop. This time you're learning 2 times. Control R, bring a loop here down. Then you click to lock it. Then as we did the other one, I know now at least you have an idea. You click this one, these 2 faces, extrude them by clicking E. Come here. Remember we are on our normal, so we don't have to change. SY. Remember on our normal, if you don't see these arrows, make sure you have selected it here so that you can be able to see where your Y is, where your Z is, and where your X is. And don't get confused, because remember we are on our normal. Select this one and select this one. Remember, by selecting 2 faces, you hold Shift and then you select I to insert a bit, and then Control E. I want to bridge edge loops, and that's simple. So what I want to do to them, I want to introduce something that we call modifiers. You see this thing looking like a spanner? That's a setting of modifier. So I'm going to click that one and I will add a modifier. If you're using Blender 4.0, I think the settings are the same, but if you are not using that, just look for subdivision surface, click it, add some loops. Now you see our cup is now looking like a cup. Don't worry about the roughness, we are going to smooth it. The same thing I want to do to this cup, and I want you to see the difference. You see how smooth this side it is, the way we did it here. I want you to see what this one we look at. You see now, you see what I'm talking about. This kind of roughness, even if you add unless you add as many, but remember, look this kind of a shape. No, this one is what I was telling you, the reason why I did what I did here. You see the difference. So if you want to smooth it out, you just click and smooth. This one, click and smooth. I don't know your setting for smoothing. I don't know if you will click W so that your smooth can come, but mine, I'm double clicking on the touchpad and I'm getting the option of smoothing. So our cup looks a bit better. I don't want to use this one, so I'm going to delete it. Let me use this one. Shift S, selection to cursor. That's something that you'll come to learn later as you go by. And I'm going to show you something else that really helps someone when you're struggling actually. Let me add here a loop, Control R. Let me collapse those loop. Should I add here? No, let it remain like that. Let me select this one and push it forward a bit. Like that. And push this one forward a bit. Like that. Add here another loop by clicking Control R and bring it a bit down. Like that. And also I want to add another loop here, Control R, and bring it like that. And also I want to add a loop here, Control R, to make it a bit smooth. And I will add I will add a loop here. And also another one. Yeah, like that. So that my cup can have that kind of yeah, now we have a very beautiful cup. Very, very beautiful cup. I'm going to, if your laptop doesn't have a strength to do this, you can leave it at this kind of at this level, but I'm going to apply that and add another modifier and add another subdivision modifier so that I can have a very, very smooth cap. Very, very smooth cap. And I'm going to add material. I'm going to add a material. So remember yesterday was, not yesterday, there's another video I talked about adding material. So if you want to add a material, make sure you are on a shading viewport, that one by selecting like that. Then come here to this material. Make sure you have selected this this cap. Go here to the material settings. Come here. Which color do you want to give our cap? Let us give it blue. I want our cap to have this shiny feeling touch. So I'm going to decrease the roughness a bit to somewhere. Make sure it is not so much low so that it doesn't look that realistic. No, our cap is shining. Wow, this is a beautiful cap. I'm going to duplicate this cap, Shift D, hold X, bring it here. RZ, rotate it along Z axis. I'm going to change the color of this one. If you have the same material, like see this material 001, and you want to change material, when you change material of this one, you change the both of them because they are sharing the same material. Have you seen? But if you want to change material for one and they are using the same material, you can duplicate that material. You see now it has brought now 2. Let me now turn this to blue so that it can use its own material. I'm going to duplicate again, Shift D, Z, RZ, no sorry, rotate along Z axis. Then I want to bring it up again, rotate it along Y. I want it to look like it has got inside my cup like that, bring it back upwards, yeah, something like that. And then I want to change material. Remember you add another new material by make sure that you click here. If you're sharing materials. Now I have 3 cups. I'm not going to add another cup. I have 3 beautiful cups, and I'm going to show you the last settings. When you're setting this kind of a setup, you come here to the render option. I want to add some depth. I want to add some shadows inside. You see the way they don't have any shadow. So I'm going to add this, what we call a BJ inclusion. Most of the time I use 20 meters. Also here I click 2. So you see now our cap has that kind of darkish inside. Let me show you how it looks like without. I'm going to click this also so that you can hide everything. And also I don't want those arrows to see those arrows. Without, it looks like this. With, now you see now we have started now making some things look realistic. And then I'm going to change some setting here to filmic. Then I'm going to say maybe medium high contrast. Yeah. Now look at what we have done. Look at what you have done. These are cups. They are cups of your level. I have not exaggerated on anything. I have not added extra materials because I know we still have a lot to learn. So I know now at this level you can be able to create something like this. Do as many practice as possible so that you can be able to perfect. Go through every video that I have taught so that you can be able to get to this point. If you are new in this video, make sure that you have watched other videos. Subscribe to this channel so that you can be able to move along together. Thank you so much for joining me today, and tomorrow we'll model a chair. Remember, I gave you a homework of modeling a chair. So tomorrow I show you how to model a chair and to add materials. Today I won't touch much on rendering. I won't touch much on putting on light. Remember, you have not put light. If you can come here, you can see we are on the darkness. This small light that you are seeing here is because of the world. So if I could put it at 0, it could be in total darkness. But the world has given us a bit of sunlight. But remember, this is not the light that you want. I will touch on some lights, how you put the lights, and how you get that realistic touch on your objects. So until next time, thank you so much for joining me. See you.